Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today, AUID Incorporated just filed its Form 8K, and I am seeing some serious concerns that investors need to know about. Quick note, this is not financial advice, just my take on public filings for educational purposes. This report sheds light on the company's financial results. And the picture it paints is frankly quite worrying, especially considering recent news. This report is dated the 14th of August 2026. And it is primarily about the company's financial results for the second quarter ending the 30th of June 2026. It is a standard Form 8K, which companies file when they have significant events to report. In this case, the big news is their financial performance. The company we are looking at is authID Incorporated, trading under the ticker AUID. Their publicly traded shares are common stock. The ticker symbol is AUID. These shares are listed on the Nasdaq stock market. The company is indicating it is an emerging growth company, which means it gets some regulatory flexibility. However, this status doesn't absolve it from showing solid financial footing. The core of this filing is about their results of operations and financial condition for the second quarter of 2026. On the 14th of August, authID Incorporated put out a press release detailing their financial performance for the second quarter of this year, the period ending the 30th of June. This press release is actually attached as an exhibit to this filing. Now, a quick legal note here is that the information in this section, even though it is part of an official filing, is generally not considered filed in the same way as other parts of the report. This means it doesn't carry the same legal weight under certain sections of securities law, unless the company specifically says it does. It is more like a public announcement that they are including for transparency. The real meat of this filing is in Exhibit 99.1, the press release itself. And what that press release reveals, combined with other recent news, paints a concerning picture. Looking at the external context, we see recent headlines from the 14th of August that are quite stark. One from Stock Titan flagged a going concern risk amid revenue drop, and another from the same source mentioned that authID Incorporated launched a strategic and financing review after Q2 2026 results. This tells us that even before diving into the details of this 8, there were serious alarms being sounded about the company's financial health. A going concern risk means that auditors have doubts about whether the company can continue to operate for the next year. That is a major red flag. The filing also lists the exhibits, and the most important one here is that press release from the 14th of August, identified as Exhibit 99.1. Exhibit 104 is the standard interactive data file, which is useful for detailed analysis but not something we'll deep dive into on the spoken part of the script. Let's talk about what these results likely mean for the company. While this 8K doesn't contain detailed financial tables itself, it refers to a press release that does based on the headlines. We can infer that the revenue drop is significant. A revenue drop, especially when coupled with a going concern warning, suggests that the company is struggling to sell its products or services and likely burning through cash. When a company is facing a revenue drop and potential going concern issues, it is often forced to take drastic measures. A strategic and financing review can mean many things, but often it involves looking for new investors, selling off assets, or even considering a merger or acquisition. For shareholders, this can be a worrying time. We've seen companies like Bed Bath & Beyond and Tupperware face similar situations, where significant revenue declines led to a desperate search for funding, and in many cases a very difficult path forward. For authID Incorporated, with a market cap around $9 million and only 46 employees, these are not small challenges. Historically, companies with a market cap this low that are flagging going concern risks often struggle to recover. The stock price has also been very volatile, trading between $0.46 and $4.64 over the past year, indicating investor uncertainty. The fact that they are reviewing strategic and financing options right after the Q2 results means the situation is likely urgent. They need to find a way to either boost revenue, cut costs drastically, or secure new funding to stay afloat. If they can't, the risk of bankruptcy or significant dilution for existing shareholders increases. What I am really watching here is how authID Incorporated plans to address this revenue decline and the going concern warning. Will they be able to find new financing or partnerships that can turn things around? Or are we looking at a situation where the company might not survive in its current form? The path forward for authID Incorporated appears quite precarious. Investors should be extremely cautious given these recent disclosures and the associated news. The company needs to demonstrate a clear and credible plan to reverse its financial slide, and quickly, and the research tools I actually use are linked in the description. They help keep this channel going. That is my take. Stay decoded. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description.